Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Kelly Anne Wolfe. I am the CEO of the Canadian Democratic Defence Association. We're an internationally recognized CSO/NGO who advocates for political change for the voices in Canada that don't feel like they are represented. So I'm here today because we are launching a national campaign for a new political path that is nonpartisan and will support building our society on the base principles of individual liberties. So we have an ethical situation in this country that has devastated Canada. As somebody who has personally traveled across this country over 20 times in the last 2 years, I am embarrassed at what has become of our country. We are moving in a collective across the country, in an organized effort as in a party structure, to run independent candidates on every single level of government in Canada. It's time for real checks and balances to come back to this country, to take care of our resources that are being sold out and ripped out from underneath our feet. We need economical stability. We need honesty. We need to not have committee sessions within the House where parliamentarians are being confronted for false companies where millions of our tax-paying dollars have been allocated to. This system is going to be built with modern technology on blockchain so that every single Canadian will be able to govern themselves from the palm of their hand. We are going to introduce a form of direct democracy so that there will be ethical compliance on all levels of government. So I hope that every Canadian out there participates. We have MPs who we're working with across the entire country who are in full support of this. And to all Canadians out there, this will test the ethics of your representatives. Partisan politics have become obsolete. They are the doorway for foreign and corporate interference, and it's time for us to take responsibility and control of our own future and the future of our children. With that, I'd like to introduce my partner for all of the tech for Evolve Blockchain, which is the name of the new political structure, and this is Richie Marquez. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Throughout history, humanity has repeatedly faced challenges. In each of these instances, we have come together, we have innovated, and we have evolved. Drawing inspiration from our past, we are poised to do exactly that once again. It is time to address the current lack of accountability, leadership, and representation by building something transformative, the Evolve blockchain and Evolve voting model. This groundbreaking initiative represents a first of its kind, hybrid blockchain backed by physical assets, meticulously crafted for security, trustlessness, and most importantly, for you, the people. No longer will you confine to the traditional, just trust me. Don't trust, verify. Verify that every vote has been counted for. Ensure your voice has been heard, and that the people that are there to represent you actually represent you. The era for the mere discussion about change has passed. Now we embark on the journey of the construction of this platform and this voting model. You will have the tools to drive real change in this country. The responsibility now lies with every single one of you. A tool is only useful if it's used. A shovel cannot dig without someone using it. So this technology, this model will give you the power to tell your representatives exactly what you want. And accountability, because they know exactly what you've told them, and if they choose not to do so, then that's on them. And you can easily see who is there for you and who is there for their own personal interests. You've always had the power to change this country. You've always had it. It's as simple as using it. It's as simple as you coming together and putting in power the politicians that are there for yourself, right? They're there to represent you. When you say, we do not want this to pass, we want you to do a certain thing, and they go against that, you know exactly why they're there. So for updates and further information on the blockchain itself, you can go to evolveblockchain.io, and feel free to reach out and ask me any questions you'd like. Thank you for your time. My name is Richie Marcus, founder of Evolve Blockchain and United Freedom Fund.
There's been a big change in this country over the last 20 years. Democracy, according to our population, does not exist. They don't feel it exists. And with the introduction of the electoral voting process, does it really exist? I don't think so. So, and I speak for thousands upon thousands of Canadians. We need to incorporate democratic values before we can start speaking and claiming to represent them. We don't. MPs are not engaged within their constituencies. They don't know the people that they're supposed to represent on a first-name basis. They know who lobbies them. They know who finances their campaigns, and that's not good enough. The authority in this country does not belong to the government. The government is supposed to be a representative body to manage the interests and affairs of the people of this country, and that is not the reality of the society of what we have right now, and it must change. It must change. I've been around the world for 25 years, and I've watched amazing populations of nations fall. We have the best country on earth, the richest country in natural resources, being sold out from under our feet. We have a problem with corruption in our institutions that needs to be properly addressed. We have evidence not being attended to, being provided by Canadians to law enforcement institutions all over. There is a problem and a disconnect. I had a meeting this morning with PPS and OPS, and I have to say I've never been more confident in moving forward as a civil activist and as the CEO of an internationally recognized NGO. So I urge all members of Parliament to start listening to the people of this country before you lose the ability to do so entirely, because that looks like where we're headed. And that is not a threat of any sort. I don't believe in violence. It is a fact of the future. That is all we have to say today. Thank you. Any questions?
No questions. This concludes the press conference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.